Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you watch this channel. I'd like to start this session by appreciating you so much for making this channel grow. If you wish to support us, just subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. So, the bipartisan talks seems to be taking a direction which Raila Odinga might not agree with. The plan was to, once the talks are done, there was a report that was supposed to be handed over to William RUTO and Raila Odinga. That is what was planned soon as they established the committee that is supposed to settle the disputes. And this committee is composed of members from the two factions. So that means they are going to have a joint report once these talks are done, reports that are supposed to be channeled to the two leaders. But funny enough is that Ichung'wah, who is the leader of Kenya Kwanza party delegation, declared that Parliament is the one that will receive the final report after the negotiations are done. Ichung'wah also said instead of the 30 days that Azimio had given them to complete, they have doubled that period. So the period, according to them, is 60 days to wrap up the negotiations, even though Raila said he needs a report by September 1st.
Nothing will come out of these cold talks.
We are pleading that tomorrow, as the talks resume, the first agenda should be actually to terminate the talks.
Don't worry when you hear other people shouting in village rallies, purporting to speak either for Azimio or for Kenya Kwanza on these issues. Communication on this dialogue process will come as has been indicated by the leader.
Senate is going to consider the matter on Tuesday next week with a view to having it approved.
Given ourselves a timeline of 60 days, and there are concerns that days are running, but it's good to confirm to the country that those days will start counting when that motion is also formally adopted by the Senate.
So Kimani Ichung'wah has given a different deadline of 60 days. So what does this have, or what implication do these statements from Ichung'wah have on the bipartisan talks and the course of action that Raila Odinga will give, and the Supreme Court case on the Finance Act? I look at this new deadline as a strategy by Kenya Kwanza to buy time. They want to buy time so that by the time this period inaenda kuisha, ile 60 days, the Supreme Court itakuwa ishafanya ile uamuzi wake ambao ilisema kwamba inataka at least 3 months. That is July, August, and probably September. So if Kimani Ichung'wah is talking about 60 days, and we are not even, hatujafika hatujamaliza hata 20 days in these talks, that means Kimani Ichung'wah is engineering a failure of these talks and a success of the Finance Act. I suspect something is behind the scenes here. But let's get further into this move by Kimani Ichung'wah. So Kimani Ichung'wah was speaking to journalists at the BOMAS of Kenya after the team met and said that the National Assembly has already passed the motion to have the talks anchored in law. He said the motion has already been forwarded to the Senate, which will be handling the matter on Tuesday. He went further to say that we have been given 60 days to give a report to Parliament over our deliberations, with the days starting to count once the Senate discussed the motion to have the talks anchored in law, since the National Assembly has already dispensed with the matter and we are good to go. You see, I don't know whether you get something here, where the 60 days start. The The 60 days start from the time the Senate deliberates on this matter and concludes on it. That is the time the 60 days start. So the 60 days had not started the time they met. So they should start from the time the Senate concludes on this matter. So that means if we are approaching September and Senate has concluded its matter on 22nd, then the time that these talks will end, according to the time frame that Kimani Ichung'wah is talking about, will be the 22nd of October. Don't you see that is a bit being awkward or being unfair on what Azimio said? So what Kimani Ichung'wah is literally trying to do is to control the whole process. Kimani Ichung'wah is trying to control this joint bipartisan committee, that vitu zitafanyika venye wanataka. First, the parliament gives 60 days, and again it says that that report should be handed over to them and not the two leaders, whereas it was supposed to go to the two leaders. So what these talks are zinaenda, the direction these talks zinachukua ni to conform with what how UDA wants these things to be done. First, they talked about some items in the agenda zitolewe. Second, they determine the period. Third, they talk about who is supposed to be handed over this report. So in a nutshell, Azimio people are being used there as a rubber stamp. Do you agree with me? Personally, I think Azimio are only being used as a rubber stamp. Azimio is just a rubber stamp in these talks. The talks are being controlled by the Kenya Kwanza people. They have literally tried to manage this whole thing. They want Azimio to agree to one, the creation of opposition office, of opposition leader office, powerful one, the creation of a prime CS. They want the Azimio to be a rubber stamp to that. That is what I see, ladies and gentlemen. What do you see regarding this matter? According to you, what do you think? Is Kimani Ichung'wah trying to be reasonable here, or is he trying to be unfair to Azimio? Personally, I think Kimani Ichung'wah is trying to be unfair to the Azimio people, because they are not giving Azimio a chance to exercise what they have. So Opiyo Wandayi responded by saying that we have tasked our technical teams to meet from Tuesday to Thursday before our joint teams gather here on Friday to review the progress made so far in the talks. We believe that the Senate will expedite the anchoring of the talks in law, just like the National Assembly has done. That is what the Ugunja MP said from the talks. Do you think that what Kimani Ichung'wah is trying to do is justified? Can you tell us below the comment section there whether you think it is justified? Because we believe that something will happen going forward, since Azimio's demands ni kama hazitatimizwa. Mimi naona kama hizi demands zao hazitatimizwa, because the agenda waliambiwa watoe, period imebadilishwa, the report will not be handed over to the two principals, to RAILA and RUTO, but the report will be handed over to Moses Wetangula. So that is pretty belittling to the whole cause. I think this whole thing is going the Kenya Kwanza's way. The best thing here is simply Azimio to pull out. I mean, what else? What do you think should be done? I think Azimio should just pull out, because mimi naona hapa ni kama kuaibishana tu, kubembelezana tu, kuonyeshana tu unyonge, ndio kitu mimi naona hapa kwa hii process. Kindly tell us what to think about that according to you. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're first time viewer who has not subscribed to this channel, please consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. Give this video a like and don't forget to hit the notification bell. And to those people who have supported this channel, I am forever grateful for your support, because without you, this channel would not have grown. So ladies and gentlemen, stay safe, stay blessed until we catch up again in our next analysis.